What's going on, everybody? It's TekMuNNee. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thursday, August 6th, about 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We are in the money at Ramblin' and Gamblin' Sports. MLB official picks 12-3 since opening day. If you've been following us, you know we should actually be a little bit better, but who cares? We're 80%. Let's try to keep it going. Let's try to keep the mojo hot. And today, we're going to break through a little bit and do something different outside of my comfort zone. But I'm feeling this here after breaking down the entire slate. I felt it was a tough slate to find one solid game. I thought I was really liking the Angels. At one point, I was liking the Orioles. But let's break it all down. We're gonna do this parlay idea for teasing two team total overs that I posted earlier on Twitter. I feel that may be safer than even leaning on one game, which is rare for me. I love just having one item to win. So let's just dig right into it for the folks that don't have much time. And the idea here is you're going to take the team total over 3 on the White Sox, team total over 3 on the Diamondbacks, and now it's come to minus 112. When I posted it earlier, it was minus 109. I did see it originally at minus 111, so it was 111, 109, now 112. I think you're only going to get this at very few books, so if you can't get exactly what I'm showing, you're fading me today. You're not tailing me today, shall I say. And again, the other games I was looking at was the Angels money line, which I think I feel more comfortable here. We're going to break it down why. And I was looking at the Orioles maybe for a little bit. We'll break that down why, but we just still can't rely on those bats. So again, the official pick, we're trying to go for the 13th win. It's going to be the two-team parlay at about almost the even price, minus 112. It's going to be at William Hill, over 3 runs on both of these guys. And let's break it right on down. Let's get right into it. When I go into the angles, I start covering the slate and doing my homework, there's a couple pieces to it. But right off the bat, right off the get-go, I'm looking at the pitching breakdown and the batting situation, obviously. And that's almost the big piece of the puzzle. And then I'll break it down even smaller if I need to. But just looking off the top, the pitchers I want to attack off the top, again, just looking at some of the metrics, is Lindblom on Milwaukee, Bilac a little bit on Houston, Taiwan Walker a little on Seattle, and Yamamoto on Miami, and I'll get into that. So here's why we're taking the Chicago White Sox over 3, because Lindblom has the highest walk rate of the slate, 17.7%. That's just terrible. It's very bad. Now you're combining that where he has the highest hard contact of the slate, 55.6, and he's terrible with the ground balls. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting the bats to get walked and then the hits to go hard and possibly a couple dingers when the men are loaded on, or maybe he has a couple bad pitches or some hits get on. All right? But here's what's scary about all this. He's got a 29.4% strikeout rate so far, and we know the White Sox are the second highest of the slate, off by 0.1% of being the worst of striking out. You got Seattle and then Chicago White Sox as your highest teams to strike out. So my worry here is that, yeah, the White Sox could be in a situation where they're striking out a lot. But remember what I mentioned. The walks are very high for Lindblom, so that could help alleviate it. And then also, we know the White Sox have power. Now, we take a quick look at the bats for the White Sox, and we're looking at a 329 WOBA and an ISO of 188. I do want to see ISO of near 200 and above, but at least around 188, 190, we're decent. And that WOBA, not bad at 329. I won't always see it above 329, but above 330 is my niche. Now, Lindblom's giving up 353 to the lefties. So when we look at that, I'm looking at the White Sox lineup. I believe it came out. Most of the line's righties. I get it. So there could be some issues there. And against the righties, he's giving up 225 only. But here's where we're using the breakdown where I feel that his potential lack of control may be the situation where the White Sox just get enough men on and a couple hits on to get us that 3 runs we need to at least get the push or get over the 3 runs. So I really do think Lindblom's weaknesses will alleviate the weaknesses that the White Sox bats may have in the little corners that they do, and still help get the White Sox get some runs up in there. And I do see for the projected run total, White Sox have 4.66. It's about top 5 or 6 of the night. So I think the odds are on our side with being taking advantage of Lindblom. So let's see if they can get that to work out. Now we're going to add the Diamondbacks on here, which if you watched my video yesterday, I hope you did, or at least go back and take a look. It's at Ramblin' and Gamblin'. Go ahead and subscribe. It's the latest video that was added on my end last night where I covered the Houston Astros and the Arizona Diamondbacks game. And I mentioned that the angle on that game was play the over 9.5. And that angle won in the bottom of the 4th inning. And I noticed many cappers, and I respect all you, so nothing personal, not taking shots. But I know a lot of folks I respect had in that game a money line chosen, and most of it was on the Houston side that I'd noticed. And I think that I can see why that's taken. Can't argue it. But when I broke down the angles I saw, the combination with both of the pitchers giving up ground ball and hard contact and even some of the walk, it was just easy for us to say the over would hit. And you saw that happen. You just saw that breaking down into it in 4th inning. Boom, there you go. Going back to this game tonight, Houston and Diamondbacks, I'm seeing one side of it on the similar angle where I'm seeing Bilac giving up the second highest hard contact rate, which is still very high at 53.9%, and you have a disciplined Arizona lineup that's not striking out much at 21.3. They're decent up there with that strikeout, okay? So if I can combine their discipline again and the fact that Bilac gives up 53.9 hard contact, and here's a little niche to that, a little caveat to that. He's also terrible with the walks so far. He's second highest on the slate, over 13.5. I believe 13.6 or 7. So you combine the amounts he can walk with the hard contact and Arizona's discipline. Now, mind you, Bilac has a 27.3 strikeout rate, slightly above average or average. So again, just like the other situation with Lindblom, high Ks, but in this situation, I think Arizona's discipline can alleviate the K possibility Bilac has, mix in the amount of walks he can give and hard contact. We just need Bilac to slip up a little bit or that walk and hard contact to talk, and we're looking to get men on plate and bringing men home just like last night. So I think over 3 there, teasing down is safe. That's why I think this combined is a great official play, almost at a flat price at a minus 111, 112 we're looking at. And again, I highly advise, if you can't get exactly this wager, don't tell me and just take the day off. Look, fading a day is a win. It's a win here. And if you know me, my background's in options trading world. It's a win there. You don't have to trade everywhere there. I think the rules apply in both angles. So if you're playing this exact one, I think it's a go. If you're fading it, that's fine because you can't find it. This is in William Hill. I know books like I believe DraftKings doesn't have it. I know Bet365 won't have it. All right? Now, I do want to go over why I was looking at the Angels and the Orioles all day, but I'm going to fade that. Because here's the thing. The Angels are facing a potentially terrible setup, which I attacked on Friday and paid juice for on Oakland and lost last Friday, minus 200. When we should have just taken the White Sox, making our record, we would be 13-2 right now versus 12-3. And if you followed us, we were deciding on that all day. So here's the situation that day. Walker held down the Athletics. He threw Ks out the wazoo. I have to expect that he could still be capable of doing that. That's fine. Now, the Angels are very disciplined at the bat. They have a very low strikeout rate versus many on the slate today. So maybe that'll alleviate Walker. Now, here's the thing. I think paying up 150, 160 in this situation, and the key lefty bat and Ohtani is out. I know he hasn't been playing many games yet, but still, it's a bunch of righties facing Walker's righties that had me a little nervous. But the righties, Walker is letting up 321 on the right side. And Angels have a 335 WOBA with a 189 ISO. So I do like the Angels' bats here. I do think the Angels' bats should prevail. And Bundy has actually on the metrics a very low hard contact, and he's 23.7 on the strikeouts, which is decent, and he's fairly decent on the walks. And the Seattle Mariners strike out a lot. They're the highest on the slate to strike out. So my opinion and my lean does lie with the Angels to win. I think paying around 160 on Bet365 just worries me only because Walker stung me on Friday. It's not because I'm sore because of a loss. It's because of how we lost. He threw a lot of Ks on the Athletics, and I was not expecting it that day. And I see a similar type of setup. I would not want to get jerked again where I don't expect the Angels to strike out, but it's a righty-on-righty matchup, and Walker just does enough to strike enough out. So I'm just going to fade that today. I feel when I really add up every column and batting in every situation, yes, I like Angels, but I think if I stick to the process where we can attack both of those offenses, I know I always say doing a parlay is much riskier, and even teasing things is a little bit out of my niche, especially now we're doing these overs. I think we have a little bit of more confirmation that the White Sox and the Diamondbacks can throw up 3 runs each in this parlay I'm sharing for Ramblin' and Gambling versus us making sure Taijuan Walker just has a shit show. So again, when I add that up and factor all that in, I'm for the first time I'm gonna not take a money line, and I'm gonna make this official that we're doing a parlay, and we're gonna try a team total teaser here. I feel confident with just following the same process and routine we're working on, and that's kind of why I'm fading the Angels versus saying let's take Angels at minus 160 or minus 155. I think it'll be safer for especially some of the smaller account folks to just throw in a unit here, try to get a unit back in their bankroll. Not that I'm not here to do risk management or bankroll management or anything like that. I'm just here doing the official picks I'm doing, and that's what we're playing. And then the Orioles side, I really like the Orioles because Yamamoto, here's why I like the Orioles originally. Let's just break this down carefully here. Yamamoto, terrible walk rate, terrible ground ball, terrible hard contact, and Baltimore's disciplined when you look at it on the paper with not striking out. So with that combination, you should be able to beat up on Yamamoto. The part I'm worried about, where I can't make this an official play, even though it's plus points, is that Orioles are 303 on the WOBA, 166 on the ISO. So both of those things are definitely below what I'm looking for. Yamamoto is only giving up 252 to the left and 304 to the right. So it's not actually that attractive, though I thought it was at first. So I can't risk out giving Baltimore Orioles as an official pick when I can actually compare it to following the breakdown we always follow, getting us at 12-3 or potentially even better for many folks that are following some of the leans, and taking what we see with the parlay I'm sharing here on the over 3s on both of those games we mentioned. So again, we have reasons why we like the Angels, but we're going to fade it versus what we're doing. We're going to fade the Baltimore idea, though, hey, they should wake up and do their thing. And the official pick to try to get our 13th win to go 13-3 at Ramblin' and Gambling is going to be team total over White Sox 3 runs, team total over Arizona Diamondbacks 3 runs. You put it together on a parlay and you're getting almost a pick 'em at a minus 112. Let's get this money. Stay green. Good luck. Cash those tickets.